Okay. Um, am I glad we got another animated Suicide Squad movie? Yes, absolutely. Is it a good Suicide Squad movie? Yes. Is it better than the live action movies? Yes. But this movie has one problem. It is unfortunately going to be overshadowed by the movie we looked at not even a few days ago. That wasn't even part of this new 52 canon. It's not the movie's direct fault, but it is unfortunately going to impact it in a way that still affects it overall as a product. I hate to say that because this is really good, but considering the great one we got the last time, it just feels a bit of a bummer, is what I'm saying. So, I don't really have a whole ton to say in this review, but yeah, this movie has one big problem, and that is that it's completely overshadowed by Assault on Arkham. But I'll still do my best to talk about my opinion anyway, so let's dive in together. What's up, what's going on about animation, what's your favorite animation, Queen TVs and movies as well. I'm your host, Justin Spohn. Welcome to my review of the new 52 canon Suicide Squad movie called Suicide Squad Hell to Pay. As you know, the last Suicide Squad movie we looked at, Assault on Arkham, that movie was awesome, but it took place in the Arkhamverse, not in the actual mainline canon. This is in the mainline canon. But for some reason, it feels inferior to that film. Like I said, I'll do my best to explain in my written review, but I can't really explain it fully in depth because it does involve some spoilers. So, here's my review. I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll do my best to try to articulate my opinion as best as I can without spoiling anything. Alright, here's the thing with this one. It's not nearly as great as Assault on Arkham, but it is pretty good and does actually take place in the New 52 canon rather than the Arkhamverse, so both have their advantages. And we have a DC animated film with yet another R rating, emphasizing how they're not holding back in the slightest anymore. But most surprising about this one, it's actually a sort of epilogue to Flashpoint Paradox, the movie that kicked off this whole New 52 canon in the first place, bringing all the storylines of that one to a close once and for all. Also, overall, it's just really fun. Like, this movie is fun. Don't think I'm bashing the movie because I'm saying it's inferior to another movie. No. This is still a really fun movie. I'm still really glad I saw it. But it is still inferior to that film, and I'm going to end up picking that film over this film. It's a personal preference thing. Amanda Waller sends out her Suicide Squad, Deadshot, Bronze Tiger, Killer Frost, Copperhead, Captain Boomerang, and Harley Quinn, to steal an artifact of Dr. Fate's that can supposedly send a dead one's soul to heaven instead of hell. They literally call it a get out of hell free card. But little do they know that there's more than just them after this relic, or that there might be a mole in their operation. Not many of the already established voice actors of the past DC animated films actually returns for this one. Matthew Mercer is now as a Savage Gunman, Trevor Duvall is now as Punch, C. Thomas Howell reprises his role as Zoom for the first time since Flashpoint Paradox, and Tara Strong finally voices Harley Quinn again. Even in some of the movies that I've talked about with Harley Quinn in it, in this marathon, specifically like Batman, Harley Quinn, or again, Assault on Arkham, as much as I really love and enjoy those movies, I did feel like it was a big oversight not having Tara Strong reprising Harley Quinn in those movies. Then again, it's a personal preference thing. Tara has always been my favorite Harley. Always. So I'm always going to be a little bit bummed when she doesn't get to reprise the role. But everyone else here is new. Daniel Ramirez, Callisto from X-Men 3 The Last Stand as Scandal Savage, Jim Peary, David Vega from Victorious as her father Vandal Savage, Julie Nathanson, Aphrodite from Blood of Zeus as Silver Banshee, Natalie Lander, Debbie from The Middle as Dharma, Cissy Jones, Lilith from the Owl House, yes, that's Owl House, as Knockout, Greg Grunberg, Eric Weiss from Alias as Steel Maximum, Dave Fennoy, Lucius Fox from the Arkhamverse as Blockbuster, David Boat, Rupert from Family Guy as Harvey Dent, Liam McIntyre, the title character from Spartacus as Captain Boomerang, Gideon Emery Deucalion from the Teen Wolf TV series, the live-action one, not the animated one based on the 80s movies. There is a difference. As Copperhead. Christian Bauer. Pam de Beaufort from True Blood as Killer Frost. Billy Brown Carson from Race to Witch Mountain as Bronze Tiger. Vanessa Williams, Renee Perry from Desperate Housewives as Amanda Waller. And B-movie aficionado Christian Slater, or as I know him better as Jet Fusion from Jimmy Neutron, as Deadshot. Overall, the voice acting is pretty good, especially Tara, who is still my favorite Harley Quinn. But besides her, it's nowhere near as good as the Assault on Arkham cast. The Assault on Arkham cast was damn near perfect. The only thing it was missing was Tara as Harley and Mark Hamill as Joker. No offense to Troy Baker. No offense to Troy Baker, he does a great job as Joker in that film, but I feel like having Tara and Hamill in there would have been a little better. That was literally one of the only problems I had with that movie's casting. Outside of that, it was great. You literally had Spencer Reid voicing the Riddler. You can't get more fitting than that. But this movie's voice cast is still really good. There's also good storytelling, adult writing, decent jokes. This movie is pretty funny, but not Batman Harley Quinn funny. A great final act, good pacing, solid runtime, some of the goriest violence in the filmography yet. Again, unapologetically wearing that R rating with pride. This is a hard R rating too. Some of these other R-rated DC movies, they cut away before it gets too graphic, but this one, no. You see heads explode, you see limbs flying off, it is a hard R rating, and it wears it like a badge of honor. And very likable characters. But unfortunately, this one really has one huge flaw, and that is how much Assault on Arkham overshadows it in terms of both its quality and its overall enjoyability. This is a personal preference thing I can understand if you don't feel the same way. It's not this film's fault directly, but it does feel like a slightly cheaper rehash, despite being a part of the actual mainline canon, and because of this, despite its R rating, it's going to be stuck living in that film's shadow. A shame, because this one does have some pretty cool ideas. Also, the rewatchability does suffer because of it. If I'm going to pick a Suicide Squad movie, more than likely, I'm going to always pick Assault on Arkham. That's the one that I think they did the best job at recapturing what made the Suicide Squad so fascinating, in my personal opinion. And also because I have a bit of a bias towards the Arkhamverse. Personal thing. Overall, this is a really good Suicide Squad movie and way better than the live-action ones, but is unfortunately stuck forever living in the shadow of a much better film that came out years beforehand. This film came out in, 2017, and Assault on Arkham came out in 2014. Literally 3 years beforehand, there was a better Suicide Squad film, in my personal opinion. And because of that, final verdict for the movie is going to be a disappointing, but still really good, very solid, 7 out of 10. It is still a very good movie. I do recommend that you watch it. Just don't expect it to be anywhere near as great as Assault on Arkham. That movie was just so good that they will probably never top it again. Next time, it's the death of Superman. Again. Because for those of you that don't remember, way back in the first DC Lie, we started one of those marathons off by reviewing Superman Doomsday. Well, this one we gotta talk about another adaptation of that same comic book storyline, but this time the New 52's version of it. Well, I feel like it's gonna fall flat on its face. Well, I don't know. I guess we'll find out next time. Until then, thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe if you like more stuff like this every single day. And I'll see you guys next time for Death of Superman and X-Men. We cannot take it anymore. The time has come to go.